Good evening, everybody. What up? So, tonight I'm going to talk about a couple things. First off, I want to talk about making $30,000. Obviously, I want to do that. I'm going to talk about it making it in a year, and I'm going to talk about making it in a month. What? You can do $30,000 in a month? Whoa, that's like super loud over here. Yes, you can make that in a month. And I remember when I hit my first $30,000 month, and that was a huge milestone. And then the next thing I want to talk to, I really want to push this pretty hard right now because this is dead time for a lot of people. What can I do now? What is the thing that I can do right now to make sure I'm ready to go? So I will hit that. So let's get started. So I know it's cold outside. It sucks. I did some video today because I'm trying to shoot some ads and kind of practice what I preach. It's not always as easy as sometimes I should, and so I am practicing what I'm preaching. So I had to go shoot some videos today, even when it's cold out, and do that. So what do we need to make $30,000 a year? What do we need? Well, most places we can only work 10 months out of the year, right? So 10 months out of the year, that's only a whopping $3,000 a month. Now, I understand that $3,000 a month can change somebody's life. Guarantee it. You know, $3,000 a month can pay a house payment. It can pay a car payment. It can pay a lot of stuff to get us out of debt. You know, if we're trying to do a part-time gig, some people don't even make this full-time. So $30,000 a month or $3,000 a month can be huge for somebody starting out, whether we are going to try to do it as a part-time gig or a full-time gig. You know, if we're going to do it part-time, $30,000 a year is very capable of doing it, and it's really not that hard to do at the end of the day. So that comes out to $750 a week if we do 3 jobs, which we hopefully can get our averages up. But even at $250, we'll be a real cheap guy. $250, that's 3 jobs a week, and we can make $30,000 a year. Now, that can be done. I know lots of people that do that. I know a lot of people are doing this only on weekends, and you can definitely be done. Now, I want to talk about the next thing. $30,000 a month. You do that 10 months, it's $300,000. Jason, you can't do that with one truck. Oh, yes, you can. Absolutely can do $300,000 on one truck. So let's talk about that. What is $30,000 a month? What really is $30,000 a month? Well, we break that down. That's $7,500 a week. $7,500 a week is what we need to do $30,000. That's $1,500 a day. That is what I tried to do every day with my trucks. I had 3 to 4 trucks running, and I wanted every truck, my goal was to get them at $1,500. Because if I can get them at $1,500 5 days a week, that's, guess what? $30,000. That's an amazing thing, right? So, $30,000, $1,500 a day, our average job, that's 3 jobs a day, that is definitely due. Hit my goal this month of $16,000. That is awesome, cleaning my dirty roof. That is amazing. I love it. That is awesome. So this is stuff that we can do for sure to be able to get there. This isn't Jason saying, oh, just talking out of my mouth. I've done it, and I know you can do it too. And I know several of you have done it. And so I know you can do it. It is very possible. You know, even $30,000 might sound like a lot for a one-man truck, but I did 3 jobs at $500 a lot. $1,500. When I was on the truck, when I personally ran it, my goal was $2,000 a day. Now, my reason why my goal was $2,000 a day is because I was at the fire department at least 1 to 2 days of those 5 days. And I didn't work Saturdays and Sundays and kill myself. So I would only work Monday through Friday, depending on if I was at the firehouse. And there was weeks that I would work 14 days straight because the way the firehouse hit, if I hit Sunday here and I worked all 5 days, and then I hit the following Saturday, and I would work all them days in a row. And so these are the things that I did. And yes, you can do $1,500 to $200,000 or $1,500 to $2,000 per day as we go. Now, what do we got to do to get there? What do we got to do to make that? We got to do marketing. It doesn't matter about the most beautiful rig. You can have the most beautiful rig built by the most whoever you want it to built by. And at the end of the day, it's not going to get us money. It's not going to get us where we need to be at. I've never seen a rig make us money by just having this amazing rigs. I've seen a lot of pressure washers go out of business because they've had nice rigs, but I've never seen a pressure washer go out of business because their rig was a piece of crap and they couldn't, and they did marketing. I've never seen that. Now, I've seen piece of crap rigs go out of business because they didn't do marketing and they didn't want to do the hard stuff that goes along with it. And so that is something that we want to do. Yes, but I want a super nice rig. You're right. We want a lot of things. But at the end of the day, a super nice rig isn't going to bring us a paycheck home at the end of the day. Can it help get our efficient done and that kind of stuff? Absolutely can. But it's not going to do it. Now, oh shoot, what'd I do? Now, what we can do is what I want to talk about. Two things. I'm going to talk about how we can get there, but I want to talk about what do we do if we are slow? What do we do if we aren't working on the rig, especially us northern folks? But this can happen even in our southern folks. What are some things that we can do that when it slows down, what are some things that we can do to make sure that we are busy? If you're hungry, you're going to go do whatever you need to do to feed you and your family. If you are sitting at your house on Facebook in the Facebook groups, that's not going to help anybody. That is not going to help anybody at the end of the day. So, what do we need to do? Well, Jason, I can't get no work right now, and I just don't know what to do. And if you're up here in the north, I understand that 100% completely, and I understand it 100%. If you're in the south or somewhere semi-south, there's things you can do. You can go and knock on doors. Here's the deal. If you're not busy pressure washing, and if you're not making sure that you're getting that next job, a lot of times people always worry about the job I'm doing right now. That's not the important part. Is it important? Yes. Is it the only thing you need to do? Nope. We need to worry about the next job and the next job. What am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do next week? What am I going to do in the 2 months now? We got to look down the road and figure out what we need to do to make sure that we are busy every day. And when we slow down, I don't want to see you in the Facebook groups telling people, that drives me nuts. That's why I say get out of the Facebook groups. Unless you're in the Facebook groups that you are in the neighborhood groups and everything like that, that is what you have to do. You have to do that, because if you're in the Facebook groups, that means you're spending time that you're not being valuable of what you need to do. I know I've been talking a lot about Jason. When he's not busy, what's he doing? He's door knocking. He's going and doing businesses and giving them quotes. And you know what happens when you do that kind of stuff? They accept them. Imagine that. You made money by going out and doing it. instead of being on Facebook, being in LinkedIn. Go get in LinkedIn groups or and start posting in there. Post on your Google My Business. Put your pictures up in there. Go do something that's going to help you out. And a lot of times it's hard because you got to follow the process. Everybody wants to just get all this work and just think that the work is just going to come in and everything is just going to be roses and flowers and it's just going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. You got to do work. When it's the slow time, that's the time that you got to do it. Right now is the best time to be writing blogs for our website, putting pictures in our Google My Business, putting into Facebook groups, figuring out our marketing. Hey, as soon as the warm weather, I'm going to send out an EDDM and I'm going to hit this neighborhood. Finding out what neighborhoods I want to hit, finding out all of this stuff that we can do right now. We don't need to wait and be like, you know what? In April 1st, I'm going to send an EDM out here, and here. Okay, but I'm not going to do nothing else until April 1st. No, you can go ahead and buy all of it and have it ready. So when you go to the post office, you can be like, here you go. Because you know what's going to happen is, come March, you're going to start getting busier and you're going to start getting some jobs coming in and you're like, I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm too busy. I can't do that right now. Well, guess what? That's what you got to do is you got to get out there. You got to go get it. If you don't go get it, somebody else is going to go get it. That's just part of it. That is part of it. You have to be working. If you are doing this full time, you need to be spending 6 to 8 hours a day working in your business, working on your business. Because if you're not spending that time doing that and you're just sitting on the couch and you're just, I don't know what to do. Well, if you don't know what to do, I'm going to tell you what to do. And I didn't even mean to push this. PressureWashHelp.com/free and get 30 days free. That's what you need to do. Because you know what? You can start doing all your marketing right now. It's not next week, not next year, right now. We can start building a website. We can start building blogs. We can start putting all our citations in. We can start putting all our pictures up. We can do that right now. Yes. What is EDDM? You are correct, Jason. They are every door direct mail. They are postcards. That is what EDDM. Now, I'm not saying to go do the EDDM. I'm just saying plan now so when you're ready to go, you're ready to go. Because I know what's going to happen. You're going to get busy and you're going to quit marketing. And you know what happens when we quit marketing? This little thing right here quits ringing. Because if we're not marketing, guess what? The phone ain't going to ring. So we want to make sure that we are doing stuff now so that we can stay busy. I always say when we're doing our pictures and that kind of stuff, it isn't just for cover on our tail. It's about, and even this, any one door and door knock, we're doing our 5 arounds. We're doing our 10 around. If I only got one job that day, I'm going to do more than just 5 around. I might do 10 or 20 around and put a sign there and do different things to make sure that I'm going to get that marketing going. Because you know what? That's what we got to do. We have to do that, because if we don't do that, you are going to be slow and not have anything to do it. Marketing, then do more marketing. Really and truly, this is a marketing business that does customer service that just so happens to spray water. That's what we are talking about tonight. Whether it's $30,000 a month or $30,000 a year, you have to do marketing. If you are not working and you're just at the house poking around and grumbling around, Go put you a 50-yard signs out. That's going to take you about 4 or 5 hours to go put 50-yard signs out. And guess what that's going to get going? That's going to get the phone to ring. That's amazing. It's amazing how that works. You put a little effort out and stuff gets done. You know, a lot of times we get complacent and we'll be like, we're just going to put money in AdWords because that's getting the phone ring and I'll just do that. Well, what happens if something happens to your AdWords? Are you just going to be like, well, that don't work no more. I guess I'm just going to have to go out of business. Or are you going to take action? Because if you're not taking actions, it's one of those things. I don't do 5-arounds anymore because homeowners kept getting mad, meaning really despise and leaving trash at their door. Well, you're going to get some haters. You're always going to get haters. I mean, I see haters all the time. It don't mean I'm going to quit doing it. If somebody calls and tells me my sign is up, doesn't mean I'm going to quit putting signs up unless it's the city and saying, here's a fine. They can just go and throw it away. I mean, that's what it is, you know. And if you think door hangers are bad, go throw some clip flyers out. You're going to get some nasty phone calls because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. And so this is what you got to do. All right, I'm going to read some questions here. I only went 16 minutes on my rant, but I really do want you all to believe that you can do $30,000 a year. $30,000 a month. It's only 100 jobs doing $300. That's what $30,000 a year is. 100 jobs that will pay you $300. It's really not that hard. And if you're a $99 guy, it only takes you 300 jobs to do $100. Imagine that. But I don't want you to be a $99 guy. I want you to be a $300 guy that does 100 and you get that. That is what I want because I know you are worth it. You know, a lot of times we don't know if we're worth what we think we're worth, and you are worth way more than what you think you're worth. You know, people, you are worth time. You are saving people's time, and that is what you're worth. And people's time, you know, to you, your time might not think that it's worth a lot, but to other people, time is worth a lot. You know, a time that somebody can go spend, watch their kid play soccer is priceless. Because you know what? That kid only going to play soccer for so long and then they go bye-bye. So time is worth a lot. And I know a lot of times people have a hard time grasping that I would never pay that. I hear that over and over and over of, I would never pay that. Well, guess what? You're not your customer. You got to find your customers. That's what we have to do. We have to find the customers that will be willing to go out there and pay it and will be willing to do that. Do I legally have to offer my employee benefits if they are just a part-time working 40 hours a week for about 8 months of the year? Some of that depends on the state. If they're working 40 hours, I don't think you have to offer them health insurance and stuff like that. Obviously, you know, time off, paid time off, stuff like that. You know, and I know some people that, you know, kind of hit the salary side of things, which that's kind of a gray area. The one thing that I would maybe even look at, which is kind of a gray area too, but is paying percentage wise. Because if you pay percentage, the biggest thing is if you pay percentage, you have to make sure that they are making at least minimum wage time and a half. So this is something that you have to do. And so, you know, if you, and the other thing about paying percentage of a job is, you can pay anywhere from about 15 to 20% and you're going to be profitable. You know, I paid 15%, and the guy that I had doing it was making way more than if he was on an hour. He was making way more than $25, $30 an hour because he was fast and able to get it done. So you just kind of got to look at what you're, and honestly, what benefits are you offering? You don't have to offer health insurance, that kind of stuff anyway, because you're under a certain amount of employees and stuff like that. I'm doing a 10K job next week, $800 job Saturday. That's awesome. No soliciting means they have a spending problem and will buy. That's exactly right. And here's the deal. A lot of people want to be like the Joneses. If they got their house washed, guess what? They're going to want their house washed too, because they don't want to be the dirty house on the street. I'm having a hard time with a $150 guy next to me when the average should be $300 to $400. First off, don't worry about your competition. That's what I'm going to tell you. Don't worry about your competition. You worrying about your competition, you're not worrying about your business. Just because you got, I'm going to go back to one of my Voxer program guys. Back in the spring, he was like, Jason, you can't make no money down here in Florida. There's only $99 guys. What? Yeah, you're right. There are only $99 guys. You believe that. You tell yourself that, and you believe that. You will never charge more than that. So you telling yourself that there's only a $150 guy and nobody else around, that's all, and you believe that, you'll never get more than that. This thing right here, I remember when cell phones were $39 for the whole cell phone. Well, this thing's $1,000, $1,200. Is there cheaper phones out there? Yeah, there is cheaper phones out there. There's also this phone. I want to be this phone in the phone world. I don't want to be the $99 phone. That's a little crappy flip phone. I want to be the $1,000 phone. And if we think that the $150 is this phone here in the iPhone world, then where are we going after that? We're not going anywhere. So what you believe is what you are at the end of the day. Here's the deal. If you want to sit there and say that and think that only person that is going to hurt is you at the end of the day. If there is money to be made out there. You have to know what, and it's like I was saying in the beginning. You have to understand that we're not selling pressure washing. We're not selling roof cleaning. We're not selling any of that stuff. What are we selling? We're selling time. And that is way more valuable than spraying some water. Way more valuable. Spraying some water is just what we do. What we're actually doing is saving them time. And time is worth way more than $99 or $150. Because you know what? Time is what we're selling. We're not selling pressure washing. I think that's what people get all up in arms and think that we're selling pressure washing. We're not selling pressure washing. We're selling time with family. Family with time. And guess what? And we're selling a customer experience. And a lot of that customer experience is they can go watch their kid play softball or baseball or soccer or football or any other ball that you want to play out there. This is what you have to do. And it all starts with you. It all starts with you right up here. And if we can't get it through here, it's going to be hard to sell it. Because if we don't believe we're selling that, how the heck are we supposed to make them think that they're buying it? They're not going to buy it because you don't even believe it. So you have to get it up in this here. Most of this job is right here, right in between these two ears. Most of this job is right up here between these two ears. That's what's going to make a successful business owner versus a non-successful business owner. That's what's going to make a successful business owner that is still in business versus one that is not in business. Right here, between the ears. This right here, our own head, will make us successful versus non-successful. All right, I went on that way too long. It can be done, guys. I'm doing it in another business in the car industry. All those people are already on board because I market to them. Always do marketing. Everyone you meet. And that's called networking. That's a whole nother marketing strategy. It's called networking. How do we network? Well, let's see. We can network by, there's this social networking group called LinkedIn. Oh, imagine that. LinkedIn is a networking group. Use it as a networking group. You can get a lot of money made off of LinkedIn. There is hundreds of $1,000s a minute made off of LinkedIn through networking. And it's not through finding special apps that just spam everything, because that's not networking. That's not building that one-on-one relationship with the property manager, with whoever, the owner. We start building these one-on-one relationships with these people, and guess what? You can make money off of them too. Yes, this is where you're going to get your $100,000 jobs, $200,000 jobs, $50,000 jobs for one job. One job. Yes, there are out there. This is where you're going to do it. You think that they're just going to look up on Google and say, hey, I got this $200,000 job. You think you can do that? No, they're not. I'm going to say 90% of the people aren't going to do that. They're going to do it through networking. You know, you can do it through LinkedIn. You can do it through BNI. You can do it through a lot of other networks. Meetup, all of those. You got me, guys. Going tonight. Give a flyer with no pricing. Information isn't soliciting. I pay 20%. 20% is a good pay. That can, I mean, if you're charging well, they can make a lot of money in making 20%. It's so funny watching neighbors compete with each other low key. It's exactly right. Everybody wants to be like the Joneses. They didn't make that saying for nothing. We're hitting it hard with signs, and it pays off. Also, have close friends that service pools, pool repair. City employees recommend us, and we give 5% a booked job. Wow, you do networking. It's amazing how networking can work. You're doing networking with pay. That's okay too. Now that networking with Tinder, I don't know if that's a very good networking system. I'm going to go with probably not. I'm paying the $99 guys here in Florida with $199. Only competition I have is myself. Don't worry about any of the other guys in my area. Only to network with them. Sell on your value. Amen. And amen. 100%. 100%. I charge more than $150 and I get jobs over top of the $150 guy. Absolutely. What time you suggest doing Google ads? I would say March or that first grass cutting is a good time to do it. Selling on customer experience they don't have time to deal with. 100%. As a man thinks will determine how he charges. Yep, 100%. You were doing something wrong. I got verified in 5 days. I'm assuming somebody's talking about Google My Business, and I've I've known some people that are having some issues, especially with Rona and all of that. We are selling peace of mind. Yep. Because they've been working with their husband and their husband hasn't gotten it done. And guess what? Have you ever had a customer tell you that you can't use your water? What did you do that they told you? I mean, if they're not willing to let you use their water, then you charge a lot more. And if you don't have a big tank, you're going to have to pass on it. Because if you don't have a 500-gallon tank, and you're probably going to have to go fill up, and you're going to need to charge about $300 extra to bring water. And when you usually tell them that, they usually are like, oh, you can use our water then. Or, not every job's your job. People want to know that you stand by your word and that it will be done right. And not just that only, but they will also answer your phone. To make $30,000 in a month, $30,000 in a year, you have to answer your phone. Because when you're not answering your phone, and the peace of mind goes out the window. Because guess what? You didn't answer your phone, and guess what? Your peace of mind went out the window because you didn't answer your phone. You're selling yourself to a point. What if you have employees? You're selling the service. You are selling, at the end of the day, you are selling time. You're selling time. Every time I see painters in a construction guys, I stop and ask to speak there is a dude offering driveways for $50. Don't worry about your competition. Don't worry about it. Who cares? I know lots of people that will not buy from the cheap people. They won't. Because you know why? They know that if they have an issue, the cheap dude is probably not going to do anything. I had a deck made out here. I spent $10,000. That was the cheap side of it. Because I went with the cheap guy. Guess what? He didn't clean up after himself. I had to complain about it 2-3 different times. That's the cheap guy. Don't be the cheap guy. Be the most expensive guy. So you can do what you need to do to make it right. That's what you got to do. Is using a home advisor a bad choice? They're expensive and keep trying to get me to buy. Here's the deal with the home advisor. Is a home advisor a bad thing? It can be. Can it be a good thing? Yes, it can be. What I'm going to say about home advisor is if you have to be on your game. When you get a lead from home advisor, you have to call them people right now. You have to get it booked right now because they're going to get 3 or 4 other calls coming. So if you're not on your game like that, don't even waste your time. Now, this is what I'll tell you about home advisor. Learn this from home advisor. You know how, and this is everybody. This is everybody. This isn't just this question. This is everybody in here. You know how they follow up and they call you over and over and over and over, and they send you emails and they send you text messages? That's what you need to be doing. You need to do the same thing. You need to be doing that to your customers. You need to be following up. Hey, are you doing this? Hey, here's a text. Here's an email. Hey, you have to follow up. They call you 20 times. You need to call your customers 20 times and follow up. And not just follow up when we get the job. Guess what? We need to follow up even after that. We need to follow up with that customer 6 months out, a year out. Hey, do you have any other thing? Do you need anything else? Because you know what? That is how we grow our business. Ta-da! Jason, how do you grow your business? Following up your customers. Because you know what? It's cheaper to follow up with your customers, your previous customer list, than it is to go buy a new customer. So follow up. And what drives me nuts is people, and I talk to people and I'll say, what's your follow-up process? Oh, if they tell me no, I don't do nothing. Well, guess what? If you don't follow up, you are burning money. You are burning money. You have to follow up. And what I tell you about HomeAdvisor is they drive you crazy. It's what you need to do to your customers. So that way you get that phone ringing, and guess what? People will buy from you. You know why they drive? Do you know why HomeAdvisor drives people nuts and calls back over and 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 over? Because they know that if they do it enough, they're going to get $300 plus a couple grand more for leads per person. And they know that if they follow up enough, that guess what? It's going to come. They're going to get money. They're going to get more money, and they're going to get more money. So, you know what happens when you follow up and you make a phone call, you send an email out, you'll make more money. Because you know why? That customer might be waiting for another bid. And 2 weeks out, they haven't gotten another bid because Jackleg over here, the $99 guy, never gave him a quote. So if you never gave him a quote, guess what? You just made more money. Now, here's another thing that can happen with the following up, and a good reason to follow up with a phone call. What if they didn't get your bid? You're going to be the jackleg that never gave them a bid. So that is why we want to follow up. Following up is important. And it don't matter if we are trying to get $30,000 a year. And if you're trying to get $30,000 in a month, it is you will not, let's just put it this way. If you are not following up, you're probably not even going to get to 10 grand a month. Because it is that important. It really is that important, guys. If you want to do $100,000 a year and you're not following up, good luck is what I'm going to tell you. Good luck. Because it's not going to happen. I'm just going to tell you. It's not going to happen. That's just the way the ball bounces. It's not going to happen. You have to follow up. Whether it's, and not just one way, but by phone, by email, voice bombs, emails, text, we have to follow up. If you're not following up, as Ray would say, you fold up. And that is 100% true. So, I have all my guys put a card in the gas pumps when they're filling up. I have to duck out. Quack, quack. Make connections with people. Everybody knows somebody, and that knows somebody. 100%. I've been doing RVs. That is another thing you can add to your business. These are some good. This is some good. Right here is some good. Actually, I'm gonna tell. I actually know another place too that I just heard about last night. So go to town meetings, meetups, Chamber of Commerce. All these are some great networking places. So I've been watching. What's it called? It's called Undercover Billionaire, I think is what it's called. And I watched season 1. And they have a place in Erie, Pennsylvania, and they say they have them all over. It's a small business SBSC or something like that. And what you can go there, and a lot of the resources are free. And you can go in there and use that stuff. And that's a great place to do marketing because you can go find business owners and there's business owners groups out there that want to find other business owners because guess what? When you get around smart people like other business owners, you're going to be smart too. Yes, this Sunday night at 7 o'clock. If you're not in the membership, you won't be there. This is a time that I come on and you can answer ask your questions. Not only myself answers, but other people do too. Yes, Undercover Billionaire. You will learn a lot of stuff on there. It is something that will definitely help you out. But yes, this Sunday night, you can go, if you ain't in the membership, you can go to pressurewashhelp.com/free, and you can get it there. Also, definitely check out the in-person training that I will be having with Donovan. This is going to be a 2 or 3 day class. This is going to be a very in-detail class. It is an in-person classy in Raleigh, North Carolina. If you do the 2-day course, it's going to be pressure washing. It's going to be, the first day is Friday. It's going to be all about pressure washing. Saturday is going to be about marketing and safety. And so this is definitely a class you do not want to miss. On Sunday is Christmas lights. So if you want to do the Christmas lights, it's going to be Saturday, Sunday. So we're going to talk about marketing, and then we're going to talk about gutter stuff, and we're going to talk about ladder safety, how to tie into a roof, how to actually do the tie-ins and stuff. So this is what's going to happen at that class. It'll be a great class. It is in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's February 23rd, 24th, 25th. Not 100%. It tells you at the dates here. But that is definitely something you might want to look at if you are ready to start your business and want to get to the next level. Jason, I've taken all your advice about pricing. If you state your value, don't worry about the price. I've been amazed how much people will pay. I've never paid the same prices. Hey, Wade, I'm telling you, man, it's the way it is. I don't know if you're still here. I know this was a while. What's up? Thank you for the super chat. I hope you're feeling better. This guy here. If you are looking for trailers or equipment or stuff that is built good at a great price, go check out Arkansas Soft Wash. He does. He's got a trailer that is way beyond an amazing price, and he does great work. So definitely, he just put up a trailer that it's like 17 grand. And I mean, he's probably got $13,000 to $14,000 into the trailer itself. So if you're looking for a trailer that is, has hot water, it has cold water, it has all the hose reels, it has everything you need, definitely go check out Soft Wash Kits, Arkansas Soft Wash. Jason, I just read it. I've been waiting on GMB, says 5 days, but not waiting on that, still moving and shaking until it arrives. It should be less than 10 minutes to get your EIN. Yeah, EINs are real easy to get. Them are super easy to get. That's going through the taxes IRS. And that's real easy. I think it's like, I don't remember if it was 20 or 50 bucks and they give it to you. I had an issue with GMB, was verified. All the information was under review since October. Google support stated they didn't have a timeline. It would be fixed, but was aware of the issue. In Cincinnati, are you using a liability waiver to cover you on things like leaking windows or electrical issues due to getting wet or leaking pipes from using the water? I didn't. I did have a claim in there of, make sure everything's away from the house, all of that kind of stuff. Yep, he was a turbo nozzle and a red tip for $50 and a hurting back. I got my LLC and EIN in less than 10 minutes through the Secretary of State. Yeah. Worst thing is the $150 guy in my area has been doing it for 9 years. Who cares? Again, don't worry about him. How many reviews does he have? That's what I'd like to know. How many reviews does he have? Because that is what you've got to work on. Here's the deal. This is part of follow-up. And you can say, well, what do you mean by follow-up? Why do I need to follow up? Follow up for reviews. I shot out 3 emails within that first week of getting a review because Reviews are that important. You need to get your reviews. I'm still getting phone call. It's like frigid and snow all over the ground. People are crazy. I think they just love you, Nick. They just love you that much. You are that awesome, Nick, that you're going to do $100,000 and never touch a wand to this year. And that is going to be amazing. You might even do $200,000. 150 for you and 50 for the other guy. There's so much business out there, oh. Yep. Do 20 degrees and you're getting calls. Yes, you can get calls at 20 degrees. The IRS absolutely hates me. I get discharged from the Navy and did not get any stimulus. Taxes take 9 months to get back and had to get my LLC 2 months now waiting. A CRM. What is a CRM? It's a place you put all your customers at. Would you rather get a call from Home Advisor or find out your car warranty is up? Which is worse? That's a tough one. Because Home Advisor, they won't quit calling you, man. And that's a real person. It's not even a voice person. It's a real person. So it ain't even like you can just hang up real easy. Do proportioner blend manifolds work well for downstreaming? What? You mean there's a video out about that? Here's the issue with it. Downstreaming, we're using real little bitty hose, and all it takes is one little itty bitty place that leaks air, and it don't work. And what is a proportioner valve? It's about 15 connections. That all it takes is one of those connections have a little bitty hole, and you're not working. And here at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you something else. A lot of people that I know use straight soap anyway. Use straight bleach. 100%, 12.5. So they're at 1.5 at house washing. A lot of people I know. I know people that knock it down also. But a lot of people go straight bleach. So if you're going straight bleach, why do you need a proportioner? So you can put the surfactant in, put it in your bleach. Oh, but it don't make the pretty red colors. I want the pretty red colors and blue colors. Nope, it won't do that. That's the only reason why you need a proportioner, if you want all the pretty colors. If you like the pretty colors, then get you a nice little proportioner and put it on there. But you don't need it. But you can spend $600 and it looks pretty. But you don't need it. Put it in marketing. I'd rather you put $600 in marketing than put $600 into something that you don't need. Yep, it's a numbers game. The more touches, the more leads will come in. Then you close it, and guess what? You're not going to close every job. If you're closing 60-70%, you are too cheap. You're too cheap. If you're closing around 50-60%, you're in the right spot. But Jason, that's a lot of no's. I don't know if I can handle that many no's. Well, guess what? Grow some. You'll handle them. I just have more fun than most. You're right. This is a marketing game. I see now. It's all about marketing. 100% marketing, 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 marketing. When we are not doing nothing, we are not marketing. If we are slow, we have to do marketing. When we get busy, we got to do marketing. When we are swamped, we have to do marketing. Because you know what the great thing is when we're swamped and we're still doing marketing? This is the greatest thing ever. Is if we are swamped and we're still doing marketing, guess what we can do? We can raise our prices some more. Mr. Nick, Central Illinois, last year was working his butt off. He was working Saturday, Sunday, working at the firehouse, and working his tail off. And you know what I told him to do? Raise your prices and quit working on the freaking weekends. And because he was like, man, I'm 2-3 weeks out, da 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 da. Raise your prices. Raise your prices. Guess what? He raised the prices. And guess what? He's getting calls right now when it's 20 degrees. You raise your prices, you do the marketing, and it's just amazing. Amazing what you can do. You're really wild. People tell me they got a quote from the $99 guy. I tell them the $99 guy is working for beer money. I got nothing against beer money, but this is how I pay my rent, not my bar tab. I win 99% of the time. If a house is washed properly, how long should it last? Depends on where your location at. You know, if you're in Florida and you're in swampland, it's probably not going to last as long. If you are in anywhere where it's warmer. Here, I can get 18 to 2 years out of a house wash. You know, that 2-year mark, they're going to need a house wash. Is it going to be nasty? No, and it depends on how many trees are around. You know, if it's completely covered, it's going to need one every 14 to 18 months at that point. Is it better for you to have a town, county, or city you work in your business name for Google, My Business, or Google Ads? Is it an advantage for the algorithm? No, it is not. It used to be. That's why I was Pressure Wash Cincinnati. But it's not so much as an algorithm thing anymore. Worrying about the $99 guy is a waste of time. We're in month 4 in Central Florida, surrounded by the cheap guys, and we are at $23,000 this month. That is amazing. Amazing. $23,000 in Central Florida. But Jason, there's only $99 guys in Florida. Don't you know that's where everybody goes? You're right. There is only $99 guys with a lot more zeros behind that $99. In New York, it's cold. Should I keep doing Facebook ads? I probably wouldn't be putting money in Facebook ads, but I would be doing Facebook posts, and I'd be doing the groups and getting people to know who you are and all of that kind of stuff. Jason is smart. I've been around a time or two, just 1 or 2 times, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Hijack my ribs up today. This class is great. I did it the last one. Man, it's the real deal. And as I had one of the guys say, it's a fire hose of information coming at your way. Where do you guys keep your customer leads? That is called a CRM. CRM. That is where you're going to keep that stuff. No, you cannot. You can go here and learn this here. PressureWashHelp.com/free. Get 30 days free. That is going away before long. Probably February. This 30 days will be going bye-bye. Jason, when are you coming to Florida? Well, I was just there about a week or 2 ago. Jason, when you have a class Jason, when will you have a class in Orlando, Florida? I had it about January 3rd. Probably not this year. Probably not going to be back down to Florida for a little bit. Now, here is something that I am doing. If you are in business and you want to do some ride along, I did a ride along down there. I had a lot of fun with Jason. You can go to kingofpressurewash.com/ride along. And I had a good time doing that. I think I'm going to have about 11 videos coming out from that trip. We did three jobs. I believe he said that day was a $1,300 day. So we did a driveway house wash, and then we did a driveway, and then we did a pool cage. And so I did do that. That was a lot of fun. Everything. Yeah, you can use LegalZoom to fill out all your information. That definitely works well, for sure. The $99 guy here are all side hustles and not full time. They never afford it. I'm going to say not always, J-Rod, just because they don't, not all of them are $99 guys. The guys that know what they're doing can make good money and not be full-time. I do agree with you a little bit of the part of a lot of times people have extra money coming in to support them for their bills. And so they're like, well, this is just some bare money. And those are the ones that you are going to be the $99. The thing about those, usually they're not going to be in business very long. They might make it a year or two, and then they're going to go find another beer money job. They say reviews are more important than personal referrals. And I would agree with that 100%. Reviews is what social proof your business. Getting reviews is what tells people, and it's not just all about, I only want 5-star reviews. Because you know what? When I go looking for stuff, of what happened that wasn't 100% satisfaction, and what did that business owner do? Did they do nothing? Or did they reply? Did they try to get it off of Google? Did they write out, this customer was a POS? Then I want to know that stuff. Because, and you got to do the same thing. You got to respond to your 1-star reviews. First thing you want to do is get it off Google if we can, fix the problem, and then we can come back in there and say, this is the story, this is what happened. And a lot of times that customer will go back in there and edit that review, and that's even better at the end of the day. Best CRM to use, there's a couple out there. A lot of people like Jobber. You can go to pressurewashhelp.com/Jobber, buy me a cup of coffee. That's one. You can use House Call Pro. You can use all different kinds. There's lots of them. After I get my citations way up, can I pay you or suggestions to who to pay for some links? Yeah, be careful with paying for links. I do have one spot that I do know of. Should I start doing just concrete to get my feet wet? You can. I mean, all you need is a downstream injector on that pressure washer, and then now all you can do house washing too. House washing is fairly easy. If you're just looking to make $30,000 a year, or go full time, whatnot, definitely go. You can do house washing, pressure washing, all that kind of stuff. The pretty colors are for marketing. Oh, I forgot. We want to spend money on that stuff to market it because that's what we want. Sorry, Superior. I'm just giving you a hard time. No, me and my brothers are not twins. Oh my gosh, I love my pretty little colors. It's straight bleach too hot. It can be when it's hot outside, but it will definitely help. You don't have to let it sit as long. You may need to pre-soak a little bit. If you pre-rinse, you won't have to worry about burning nothing up. I have a guy locally that I never did it because I have employees. I have another one of my competitors who is a good friend of mine now, Robin Walsh. He uses straight because he can get another job in, because he knows his guys don't have to wait, and he can get another job in by doing that. So because you're not having to ever hit it twice, because once and done, you're done with it. So you don't have to worry about doing it twice. 50% close ratio is where you need to be at. Yep. I can't get my GMB pick, the logo, to match the same of the little round pick in Google Maps. How do you change the business little round pick in Google Maps? You should just be able to, in there where it tells you you got your two logos at the very top of the pictures. If you go into your photos, the top two left should be one's for like the banner, and then the other one is the other one. Marketing is key. Marketing is what grows your business. What's the joke of the night? The clients tell another company is charging. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Big say tomorrow. Hustling hard. Maybe I will invest in silver. Maybe not. I'm buying out the $99 guys here in Florida. Usually there's nothing to buy out other than their equipment, their brand new equipment that they wasn't able to make no money with. I am in South Carolina. I want to get into the business. Asked my brother-in-law about practice on washing his house. He said he gets his house washed every spring. Thanks for answering my pressure washing or my questions. And honestly, we are going to be in North Carolina doing this class, which will teach you everything you need to know to be in business and start and grow. And not only this class here, you get myself, but Donovan did $1 million in 2020 doing pressure washing, gutter cleaning, and Christmas lights. So, and he did it with 3 guys. And so, you know what I always tell people? If you want to get smart, get around smart people. So definitely go check this class out to get around smart people. And it's going to be limited to about 10 to 15. We might get to 15, but we might cut it off at 10, depending on what all happens within the next week or two. $99 guy is a joke down here. I'm booked for the rest of the month. People call my work from our distributors to ask if it was who it was. Which is better, pressure wash or soft wash? Well, if you use your pressure washer and you put a downstreamer on it, you are soft washing. Because soft washing just means we are cleaning with a chemical and not pressure. So obviously we want to soft wash, whether we're using a pressure washer to apply it, or we're using a soft wash system. Now, my preference is a pressure wash system because a lot of the soft wash systems, unless you're using air or something like that, isn't going to give you the flow that you need to clean and rinse faster. So that's why I like a pressure wash system with a downstream or an X-Jet system. Do you believe that there are areas of the country that don't have a market for pressure washing? Out west, if you're in Arizona or if you're in some of California, there's not, because there's no humidity. Now, there is some pressure washing that you can do, like concrete and flat work and stuff like that, but you're not dealing with the mold like you are the rest of the country. Did you own SEO? Yes, I did. And Did I pay for it at first and buy the snake oil that everybody out there sells? Yes, I did. And that is why after I spent about $3,000 on a website and SEO and it was crap, that is why I started to learn it myself. And that's why I started to do it myself. And even I still learn it now. And the reason why I push Google My Business so much is Google My Business is kind of the new SEO stuff. If you work your Google My Business like I tell you, you are going to start ranking your website pretty well. And you would be surprised how well it actually will rank by doing Google My Business. The way I've ranked most of my websites, I did a few links, but most of it was through the Google My Business. And I ranked number 1 in Pressure Washing Cincinnati, and I ranked it for a long time. And I haven't checked it in a while, but I ranked it for a long time. So that is definitely why you want to do that. Best degreaser to use on concrete. I use 4 to 6% on concrete surfaces. That includes their pre-treat and post-treat. A degreaser, any of them work. Some are better than others. I don't have a product line, and I'm not going to push anybody's product line. The way you buy them out is the sign of 9 compete. R5, did I get the wrong one? Them should be all right, George. Hit the thumbs up. I have the logo saved on a computer, but can't get GMB and maps to show the same logo in the pic. I saw where it says cover photo and logo photo and did, but that maps isn't showing this on GMB. Sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. So that's just part of it. I had one that was a crappy picture and I ended up having to delete that picture to get rid of that picture. Is GMB independent of website SEO? That's kind of what I was just talking about. GMB, like I say, other than GMB is really important, really, really important. And like I say, getting your reviews and getting all of that kind of stuff goes along with SEO. Now, is there other things we can do for SEO? Yes, we can do content writing. We can do the blogs. You better be doing them every day, and you might get one to rank, and you can do it for local SEO. So like if you have, like the Northern Kentucky area, Greater Cincinnati area, and we have a town that I went and did a house wash, Taylor Mill, it's just a little bitty town, I can be like, hey, house washing Taylor Mill, blah, 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 write a 500 to 1,000 word article, and it's probably going to rank because nobody else is doing that. Now, if you do that, that will rank your site. That will take time to do that. And so, you need to put pictures on there and a little video on there and an infographic and all this other crap that goes along to help that SEO. And this is what will grow it at the end of the day. Now, is that work? Hell yes, it's work. So these are some things that you got to do, but this is what you can do to get that done. When are you going to be in North Carolina again? Right here, pressurewashhelp.com/dates. I don't know what date that is going to be in there. Let me look it up here real quick. Paste. Nope, that ain't what I wanted. Crap. I believe it's the 24th, 25th, and 26th. Is what I think it is. Let's see if I can find it again. pressurewashhelp.com/dates. It is. We're going to be there February 26th, 27th, and 28th. The pressure washing class is going to be a 2-day, and the Christmas light class is going to be 2-day because that Saturday is going to be about all of marketing, a little bit of gutter cleaning, and a lot about safety, ladder safety, aerial training. You'll be able to run the bucket truck, learn what you need to do with the bucket truck, what to do to be safe with the bucket truck, and aerial, everything like that, how to tie in, how to do everything along those lines. Anybody else getting Google reviews deleted over the last week or two? I know some people are, just because it is what it is. But yeah. What is the closest you will be to Oklahoma? I don't know. We're going to maybe try to do a trip out west. I haven't really set my schedule. If I have, I don't know yet. Where is the blooper reel of the skiing video? I don't have that. I didn't fall. We actually went yesterday. DJ and my brother went yesterday, and they both fell, and I didn't fall. I'm getting too old to be falling over, but it was a lot of fun. I did have a good time. What's price for two to attend North Carolina without Christmas light course? I don't know yet. I haven't given no special. It's probably just going to be what one person is per each one. What legal work does one need to start their own company? You really need to get your LLC. It's good to that way. If you have any assets, they can't come after your assets. You need to get all your, and you can do that through your Secretary of State. You need to get your EIN number for tax purposes, and you need to get your EIN to be able to get your LLC. So you got to do that, and you can do that all through, like the EIN. You go to tax. If you type in how to get an EIN, it's going to take you to the tax thing, and so you can do that, and then you got to do that to get your LLC. So them are your things that you got to do. Do you guys mix when it's raining for soft washing? Do you guys mix when it's raining? We just wash. The only thing you really can't wash is roofs when it's raining. I want to come to one of yours classes. A skiing Sasquatch. Pretty much. That's why I can't fall, because when I fall, it's like an earthquake, and I won't get my butt back up. Can I clean with an X-Jet with straight 12.5? You can. It's not really recommended. What you really got to do too is sometimes so the way an X-Jet works, the more it flows out, like if you got a 4 or 5 gallon GPM pump, the more gallons per minute that flow out of it, the less the percentage is. So you may have to throttle that motor down so you're only getting 2 or 3%. If you get it down to about 2 gallons a minute, it will flow. It will go about 3 to 1. So if you don't throttle it down, you're only going to get about 4 to 1. If you have a state business license, do you need a city? Some places you do have to get your city because they want to make money off of you. I am ready to go skiing next week. What's better if I'm starting an LLC sole proprietor? That's talking to your thing. Don't wash wood when it's raining either. No matter the cleaner you use, chances are you will need a neutralizer. The neutralizer will wash away before it does its job. Avalanche when Sasquatch falls. You would need the best. All right, guys. So again, go check out the dates up here. If you want 30 days free, that's going away probably February. You can go to PresureWashHelp.com/free, and there you can get 30 days free. I will be back on Sunday. If you if you wanted to join the Zoom and all the questions, I'm going to start probably doing more when spring gets closer. I'm going to start doing more of the Zooms, and I'm going to get in, and I already answer all the questions in the Facebook group, but I want to be able to really make sure that you have your questions. So if you have any questions, I want to make sure you're answering them, and I want to make sure that I'm giving you accountability. So if you don't have accountability of somebody holding you to make sure you get stuff done, you really want to join here, because that's part of what I'm really going to work on this year is accountability. Because accountability is what makes you get things done. Because it's easy to say you're going to do something, but if there isn't somebody holding your hand or putting your finger in your tail, there's probably a pretty good chance that you're not going to get it done. So that is my goal, is I want to make sure that you get stuff done, so that way you will be able to grow and be successful. Because that is my goal. My goal is to make sure you grow and be successful. Because when you grow and be successful and give great success story, that makes me happy. That makes me happier than anything else. Because when you tell me that you got debt free, I want to party with you just as much as you want to party, because that is awesome. Because when you get debt free, you have time freedom. You have a lot of things will open up for you when you're debt free. When you have debt over your shoulders and you don't know what to do and you just feel like the world's going to end on you, that's because that's what debt feels like. And that is why I want to help you get debt free so you can be successful. So definitely check out. I will put a link out for the Zoom. I'll probably send it out Sunday. I usually send it out Sunday. I might send it out earlier, but definitely go out there this week. Be successful. Go do something. If you're slow, figure out something to do that's going to make you successful and get the hell out of debt, like this guy here says, which is awesome. Hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday.